Hey everybody, good morning and welcome. This is Dr. Heather Carton, one of your Keto Reboot coaches. Super excited to say good morning to all of you wherever you're coming from. I know we're all in a different time zone, different country, different place, but all doing the reboot together. So first of all, keep celebrating yourself and for everything that you've done over the last several hours, about 36 hours. I went ahead and calculated this morning. I want you to think a little bit about this like a 5K, not like a marathon, not like a 400-meter dash, but more like a 5K race. Like everyone's the starting line, everyone's ready to go. There's some people who wanted to jump the gun and start early, but everybody's super, super excited. Like they got their package for their 5K or the reboot, they got their package, they're ready to go, they're doing some best practices, then it starts. The first couple hours are easy, right? You drink the tea, you go to bed. Boom, you're already at 15 hours. And then yesterday happened. You're like, man, this is a little tougher than I thought. This kind of isn't what I trained for. That is to be expected. So each day can be different. So today is a day where you really need to cheer yourself on and cheer others on. And you guys are doing a crazy, amazing job at this compared to the first reboot, because so many of you in here are experienced rebooters. You know what people may be experiencing. You've heard it from other people. So I'm just going to address a couple of things that I've been hearing. But think about like that 5K, like we're almost there. I want you to focus on how you're going to celebrate tomorrow, how you're going to celebrate you, how you're going to celebrate your friends and everybody else who's doing this amazing reboot, this amazing upgrade, this amazing gift for your body. So start to plan that, like start texting your friends like you want to meet out for coffee because now we can have our cream or my mocha. Do you want to meet for a brunch and we can have some light eggs or over easy eggs? Do you want to meet somewhere at a soup bar? Like start planning where you guys want to celebrate and know that just like Coach Rob talked about last night, you don't just eat because it's 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. You're actually going to do a little bit of planning. Hopefully you've really tuned into what your body is saying. Am I hangry? Am I hungry? Is it appetite? Does it just smell good? Or am I truly hungry? So maybe you do have an amazing date tomorrow. A bunch of you rebooters are ready to get together and it dings 9, time to eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat and start to listen to your body. And we're really going to talk tomorrow morning about coming out of that reboot. But some of the people who are planners, have some things in your refrigerator. Have like a handful of green olives or some black olives. Have a nice fresh avocado. Have a couple of organic eggs. Have some nice broth that you could be brewing today to throw some greens into it. So you could have some nice broth tomorrow morning or make a nice egg drop soup. So have those things ready to go because we don't want to have processed food in our bodies tomorrow. We want to just think nice and clean eating. So today sometimes can be the toughest day for some people. Other times yesterday can be the toughest. And I got a bunch of messages this morning in my private messengers like, why is this happening this time? It didn't happen last time. Well, just like Coach Rob said, how many calories of glycogen do we have stored in our liver or in our muscle? So how you pre-game definitely will determine how you felt yesterday or today. So if you pre-gamed and you really started doing your best practices, you started doing your intermittent fasting hours, having your last meal, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, building up to 2 ketones a day, saturating your body with ketones, then you just slide right through this reboot. But if you're somebody who said, oh my gosh, I got to finish the donuts and the cookies and 4 more pieces of pizza and I have to finish that last bottle of wine before I start this reboot because I'm not going to have anything for 60 hours like that, then you're actually going to feel it a little bit more. Or knowing if your body's super carbohydrate addicted, like you're a person who just craves sugar, you're going to have some signs of withdrawal. That can be headache, it can be nausea, it can be a diarrhea, it can be weepiness, right? We celebrate with food, we mourn with food, we comfort ourselves with food. So if we're taking away your comfort food, which could be as simple as biscuits and gravy or a piece of apple pie or some pasta, we've taken those comfort foods away. That's why this group is so, so important because we want to give you all the amazing support and encouragement here so that you don't have to turn to food when your body doesn't need the energy, right? Food gives us energy. Coach Rob went through all those macros last night, so if you need the specific numbers, you can roll back into that. But some of you this morning are saying, I'm experiencing like the stuff in the bathroom I haven't experienced before. So think about this. If you had a gummy worm that you ate last week at the movie theater, or maybe you had some chocolate covered raisins, or maybe you had some caramel corn and put that in your body. Maybe you had some hydrogenated oil you put in your body. Maybe you had a pancake. I don't even have any maple syrup in my house, but if you had some syrup and poured that into your body, that excess energy all gets stored in your fat cells. And so what happens as your body tries to gently dump those out through the cleanse, it actually refills the fat with water, and water weighs more than fat. So if you're, and I don't want you to do this, but if you're a person who said, I'm getting on this scale and it's going up, That's to be expected because water is more dense than fat and all these toxins your body's trying to get out. And you will actually have some amazing results the next 2 or 3 days, maybe even up to Friday or Saturday, as your body's washing all this stuff away. So it won't just happen tomorrow and stop. Your body's still in that cleansing process. I'm not going to go into the biochemical terms of it, but it's still breaking things down into a water-soluble form with the ketones, and you'll still experiencing some of those things even Friday, Saturday, even next week. And as your body's chemistry is changing, that whole pH. So if you're really a carboholic, a lot of inflammation, we're actually pulling that inflammation out of those fat cells. So your body could be feeling a little bit of that. So listen to your body. If it says, you know what, today I've worked really hard, I kind of need a little bit of a rest, go for rest, go for a walk. Make sure you're in the sunlight wherever you are, because that's going to do amazing things for your brain, endorphins, and make you feel happy and feel gratitude. If you start to find yourself in that negative spot, like, why did I eat that gummy worm last week? Why did I eat all that popcorn at the movie? That happened last week. Forget that it happened. We are moving forward about best practices. This is about being better today than you were yesterday. So that's why we really focus on reboot to reboot and having, like Coach Mitch is saying, that powerful awareness of what your body's doing, and be grateful for your body. If you're in this bathroom and you're having some stools that are green or yellow or orange, that's to be expected. It's flushing all that stuff out that you've had. Our body holds on to stuff for well over a month. That's why companies do drug testing right every month, because your body holds on to that stuff more than just yesterday and more than just last week. So if your body's getting rid of stuff in the toilet, maybe you're getting some weird kind of funky smells like your armpits or your breath, that's all normal. Think about this. If you're a parent out there, you know this, or if you're an athlete out there, your socks can turn brown. Your armpits, if you have a white t-shirt, can turn brown. That's all the toxins getting out of your body. The same thing's happening through the bowel. It's just a faster route of elimination, but your skin is your largest organ. So if you're trying to get somewhere, I've heard people, why am I smelling funny? Well, your pH is changing. Your body's trying to get rid of stuff that doesn't want there, but be reassured that in that reboot kit, we have amazing things to help replenish what your body's also losing. So the sodium, the potassium, the B vitamins, the zinc, the vitamin D, the amino acids, all those are meant to help replenish what your body needs through this very, very simple 60-hour process. And know that there's no two reboots that are the same. And I want you to really start focusing on tomorrow's celebration. What will that look like? Who will I be with? And when is it going to happen? So, and then I also want you to start making sure you carve out that time for your story tomorrow. I'll help you walk out that reboot. But again, think of that early grocery list. We talked about some greens, some avocados, some nice organic eggs, some broth. Pick up some things, you know, around wherever you live that make it super simple for you, so you're not all stressed out about it. So, and I am going to take about 5 minutes for questions here, because again, I got a lot of messages through my Facebook Messenger. Post your questions here, guys. That's how we can all help you. There's 60,000 people in here to help answer those questions. So if you're experiencing heartburn or nausea or diarrhea, that is all to be expected. Ketones are very acidic. Our stomach's pH is actually 1.0 to 1.2. It's a very acidic environment. It's meant to be acidic to kill critters, like when you eat food or it gets exposed to toxins. If you're eating a diet that's been higher in carbohydrates, then it makes sense that your body's adapted to a higher pH. So you might get some heartburn. You might get a little bit of burning. So make sure you drink plenty of water. You're going to hear us say pink Himalayan sea salt. Sea salt is that magic nutrient that helps move things in and out of cells to help with headaches or help with any type of nausea. It can help as well. Or also take a big, nice Epsom salt bath. You can put some essential oils in your bath, like some lavender, some chamomile, really just to help your body or stomach feel a lot better. That can help with the nausea as well. But take your place to that why. Why did I buy this? Why did I say yes to this? And then if you've done this a second time, look at all the amazing stories. If this is your first time, then go back and say, I've got to look at the stories from last time. And that's why we so encourage you to write your story down and share that, because there's no two of us that are exactly the same. Everyone experiences different, and reboot to reboot, it will be different, because your body's in a better place this month than it was last month. Better place today than it was last Wednesday. So keep celebrating your body. Keep thanking your body for all that it does for you. Thank your body for taking you to the bathroom and getting rid of all that junk you don't want. And Jennifer, if you don't feel hungry, that's absolutely normal. So if you feel like you're having some nausea or you're not feeling hungry, it's okay right now to sip on those ketones maybe over 30 or 45 minutes, or maybe start with just a half a serving. If you feel that your body needs a little bit less right now, that's okay as well. We want to make sure you're getting in the water. I had somebody say yesterday, well, I'm drinking all this fluid with my ketones. Doesn't that count? The answer is no, because ketones are pulling all that water out of the fat cells, the inflammation out of the fat cells. Most of you are going to the bathroom more, you've got to replenish that water forward. And I just want to touch on a couple things briefly, but know that we have all these questions actually answered in the video. What's happening in your mouth, why it feels kind of really dry, it's because you have a lot of fat cells in your mouth, and the water, and I'm super dry right now because it's pulling all that water out of there. That's very normal. Sleep being off is very normal. Sugar, again, is super addictive. We've taken away some of that food, and if most of you have used sugar to help you crash at night, like a glass of wine, a bowl of popcorn, a little bit of crackers and cheese, you took that away, and now your body's like, okay, where did that go? Because I'm used to having all these carbohydrates causing my cortisol level to crash for me to go to bed, and we took that away. So now your body's actually functioning like it should. So it's getting that proper sleep hygiene like it should. And Nikki, that's okay. She's listening to her body. If the Signal OS capsules upset your stomach, either just take one or save them for Wednesday and Thursday. We have a guide that we want you to use, but listen to your body. That is so important. So I really hit on those bullets I wanted to hit on tonight. I'm going to follow up with knowing that 79% of us were dehydrated going into this. So headache, muscle cramps, fatigue, all those things are a simple sign of dehydration without the ketones. So knowing what the ketones are doing inside your body, you've got to really make sure you're drinking plenty of water. That's why it's a great idea. Maybe go to an infrared sauna, have a nice Epsom salt bath, put a pinch of pink sea salt. You can even put sea salt and just lick it on your hand if you want. We know that's how important it is for your body, and it can make you feel a ton better. And keep sharing your amazing stories. Share it on your personal story. Let everyone know how you're feeling and what you're doing, because we want to encourage everybody else to have this amazing experience and feel better like we do. Yes, Lori, you can dilute the products however you want. It's okay to switch them up. If you want to use a different max, that's okay as well. If you want to use only the caffeine free and you have those, that's okay as well. These questions are answered in the reboot manual. They're also answered in the video questions. But as we are, again, 36, 37 hours into this, we'll sleep through it. We'll wake up tomorrow morning. We are going to celebrate. I want you to look at the optimization manual. If you're one of those people who kind of a Type A personality, go ahead and go and print that off tonight so you can start looking fast forward. There's amazing meals, amazing menus, and keep journaling your journey. Don't worry about what the scale says today. I got a lot of messages. It takes 3,500 calories to make 1 pound. So you actually have to cut out 3,500 calories to actually lose a pound. But again, if the scale's going up, it's because we're pulling all of that junk right out of your fat cells. It's got to go somewhere. So it's going to replace it with water the first, really up to 96 hours. So you may not get that fat whoosh until Friday or Saturday, but just keep doing best practices. Plan out your meals tomorrow so that they're nice, healthy, and clean and native 8. There's amazing meal ideas in the optimization manual that is underneath the files. But I just want to say congratulations to all you guys. Celebrate yourselves, what you've done for your body. You're giving your body this amazing gift. I cannot wait to hear your stories. I cannot wait to see your pictures and your transformations, and to make sure you have all your notifications turned on so as coaches check in with you throughout the day. We are here to support you. We are here to celebrate you. We are here to encourage you, and so are 50 to 60,000 other people. So amazing group. I appreciate you all. You're helping me get through this. This has been one of the easiest reboots I've ever done, but I had some really good practices. I did quest number 6 last time, which was intermittent fasting, no meals after 5 or 6, and I actually moved that to 3 or 4, which made this super easy because I already had those best practices in place. So you guys have an amazing day. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll be checking in with you in just a few hours.